Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment. You know the name, and you know the game. As today we'll be watching Dreams of an Insomniac by Pastra, and the final episode to this year's Halloween Horror Nights, if you will. Oh, sorry, just stretching. Ugh. After this, we'll return to things are gonna be a bit wonky after this, as due to how the next few streams are gonna go. But uh, for now, let's just do it. But first, let me crack open a cold one. Let me link Pastra's YouTube channel in the chat. So as to so you can go show him some love and support. Alrighty, let us begin.
As Halloween draws near, ECPD representatives would like to remind all Eastridge County residents of the mandated curfew. No children or parents should be seen outside past 6 o'clock p.m. Everyone should remain indoors with all doors and windows shut tight. With your help and cooperation, we can make this a safe and enjoyable Halloween night for everybody.
Haunted Halloween piece. Your name is Tommy Merrick. While visiting your old family home, you stumbled across a strange box of tapes in the attic. Out of curiosity, you decided to watch them on your old CRT. You think they might be haunted. While watching the tapes, you began to see and hear things that weren't meant to be there. For some reason, they felt oddly familiar to you. Dreams of an Insomniac, Volume 0. Haunted Halloween PSA. Bizarre Rickens leave civilians confused.
Residents of Eastridge County were left baffled today at the news of a supposed break-in that happened in the early hours of the morning. The break-in occurred at the local Halloween retail store, Grimzo's, with the culprit of this break-in having stolen one thing, and one thing only.
Yeah, so I got to the store early this morning and I see him close the doors, smashed in a lot of pieces. Obviously I checked inside, all the shelves are everywhere, everything's smashed up pretty good. Buddy's still there though, so I guess that's good. The only thing that seemed to be missing was a costume for the world. Don't know who takes just a costume.
This bizarre set of events has left many residents baffled as to what the intentions behind this strange robbery were. No security footage could be collected to reveal the identity of the culprit, leading many to speculate who this mysterious costume thief really is. Were they under the influence? A young teenager desperate to have a costume for an upcoming party? Did this robbery even happen? As of right now, it's anyone's guess.
Oh, if you ask me, this whole story is just a bunch of malarkey. Some kids break in some Halloween shop for a costume. Yeah, no, not even stealing any money. If kids break in there, they're stealing at least some money. It's just another trumped up story for a small newspaper in an uneventful town when the newspaper company's probably running broke in a few months. I wouldn't trust a single bit of it. Pretty much nothing from that newspaper can be trusted anyway. Oh, To think they said our small town representative was corrupt. Now,
Whether you believe this ridiculous story or not, one thing is certain. Do not trust anyone you see wearing this costume on Halloween night. Eastridge County has been left in a state of panic and disarray this Halloween night after the disappearances of 6 young children in the area. The disappearances began at 6 o'clock sharp, with reports telling me that they continued through the night until finally coming to a stop exactly 1 hour later.
It all just happened so fast, you know?
Oh, hey, it's
One
Pastra.
minute we're having a regular Halloween night, everyone's trick-or-treating like normal, and next thing you know, here comes a mother around the corner who's looking for her kid. So we're all trying to help her out. You know, we're looking up and down the streets for where this kid went. We don't think anything of it. And then another mother comes over, and she has the same problem. And then another, and next thing you know, everyone starts to panic. The police are getting involved. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows where these kids went, and nobody knows who did it.
The names of the missing children are as follows: Jason McDonald,
Oh.
John Thompson, Ashley Wright, William Lewis, Norman Harris, and Sam Wilson. Police have spent the better part of the night searching for both these children as well as the culprit behind this heinous crime. While no one in the local area has been suspected yet, an eyewitness report described the culprit as wearing an orange, striped costume with horns, a tail, and a black mask depicting bright yellow eyes and teeth. It's advised that all residents of Eastridge County avoid anyone seen outside who fits this description. As well as this, an officer on duty tonight had this to say regarding the matter.
It breaks my heart to hear the horrible tragedy which has come over our town tonight. I promise, not only as an officer on duty, but as a father myself, that these children will be found and the culprit behind these horrible kidnappings will be brought to justice.
As police continue to investigate, several mandates have been put forward in order to ensure the safety of Eastridge County residents. It is requested that all residents stay indoors, keep all doors and windows locked, and it is heavily advised to not trust anyone you see wearing this costume.
Whoa, no. I saw that. That feels way too fun where I expect this to go. On the night of October 5th, 1986, these photos were taken by a security camera located in the Grimsdale's retail store at exactly 6 a.m. Lights appeared to turn on them by themselves. No other disturbances are apparent. Motion was detected within the store. Items appeared to be thrown around and damaged. What? These photos, as well as the description from an eyewitness, are the only two pieces of information we had regarding the anomalous entity known as the Eastridge Demon. The fuck? Until today.
After multiple years of extensive mental and physical therapy, Officer Kruger, a surviving victim of the demon, was finally able to inform detectives of the events that transpired on the night he came face to face with this dangerous creature. With the information he provided, we now have a better understanding of the capabilities of this threat and how our personnel can combat it. Firstly, The creature appears to be capable of causing both visual and auditory hallucinations to those that are within close proximity to it. This makes it incredibly difficult to locate and contain the creature. As a precaution against this, all ECPD personnel must operate alongside a fellow officer at all times. If you are alone at any point, attempt to locate your nearest fellow officer as quickly as possible. Do not let the demon fool you. Grab a hold of the nearest objects you can to discern your surroundings. If you see or hear someone you know nearby, it is not them. Once you have located a fellow officer, vacate the area until the effects of these hallucinations begin to fade away. Secondly, physical contact with a demon is incredibly dangerous. Following his encounter with this creature, Officer Kruger had developed severe physical abnormalities which are still being treated to this day. The most significant of these abnormalities include discoloration of the skin.
What the hell? Severe weight loss. Tightening of skin? Ugh.
It is imperative that all ECPD personnel attempt to keep a level of distance from the demon at all times. Do not attempt to approach it unless it is absolutely necessary or it has been terminated. In the event that physical contact is made, approach a fellow officer as soon as possible and seek help. Finally, it is important that all ECPD personnel remember that the Eastridge demon is incredibly intelligent and is aware that it is being hunted. It will attempt to mislead you and will look for moments where you are most vulnerable. This creature should be treated as if it were human. Do not let it use its tricks against you. Do not let it touch you. Do not attempt to communicate with it. And above all else, do not trust anyone you encounter wearing this costume.
Beware the smiling snatcher. Is this Evil Dead? It sounds like I can't. Is this Evil Dead? I don't remember this scene. The Rules of the Season, presented by the Lankman Foundation, issued by Mortimer Gray.
As Halloween night begins to set in, all residents of Eastridge County should be reminded that the Smiling Snatcher is out tonight. This monster is very real and threatens the safety of all Eastridge County residents. But don't worry, so long as these 5 simple rules are followed, you have nothing to worry about. Rule number 1. Remember the curfew. No trick-or-treaters should be outside past 6 o'clock p.m.
Why is
That
the
is when
moon
the
like
Smiling
that?
Snatcher comes out to play. Rule number 2. Keep all doors and windows in your house locked. That way the Smiling Snatcher cannot come inside. Rule number 3. You do not hear the knocking at your doors or windows. Rule number 4. You do not hear the knocking at your doors. Rule number 4. If you see or hear someone you know outside past curfew, that is not them.
What
That
the
is the
fuck?
Or hear someone you know outside past curfew, that is not them. That is the Smiling Snatcher wearing their skin. And finally, the most important rule of all. Rule number 5. Do not trust anyone you see wearing this costume.
Welcome to the stream, Coco.
Hello.
Oh, hi. Oh, hold up. Let me go to OBS. There you are. Let me reset the transform so I can move you over. Set transform and move you down here.
Yay.
Do you know who Pastra is?
No.
He's a video essay content creator on YouTube, mostly covers the horror genre, and this is his analog horror series.
Horror. Haha. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I tried. You failed, and it was awesome.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that it was analog horror. Like, how is it so far?
I'm genuinely creeped out right now. Like I've gotten like 3 spine chills so far. Like if it weren't for the fact I don't want to reveal my face, I'd have a face cam going so you can see my reactions because I'm just oh no no thanks right now.
If I get spooked out, I'll probably leave, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
Like let me just rewind just for a second. Just need an idea where we're at.
As Halloween night begins to set in, all residents of Eastridge County should be reminded that the Smiling Snatcher is out tonight. This monster is very real and threatens the safety of all Eastridge County residents. But don't worry, so long as these 5 simple rules are followed, you have nothing to worry about. Rule number 1. Remember the curfew. No trick-or-treaters should be outside past 6 o'clock p.m. That is when the Smiling Snatcher
That
comes
is
out
way
to play.
too early.
Rule number 2. Keep all doors and windows in your house locked. That way the
No.
Smiling Snatcher cannot come inside. Rule number 3. You do not hear the knocking at your doors or windows. Rule number 4. You do not hear the knocking at your doors. Rule number 4. If you see or hear someone you know outside past curfew, that is not them. That is the Smiling Snatcher wearing their skin. And finally, the most important rule of all. Rule number 5. Do not trust anyone you see wearing this costume.
I trust them. Jump scare me.
What?
Oh.
What the hell? Okay.
Oh. Oh. Is it over, or is there more?
Yeah, there's more. So that's Haunted Halloween PSA. And this is the full playlist.
How many are left?
3 episodes.
So, like, is like the
that's
guy...
why it's so fucking creepy. It's made by Lyra. God damn.
Uh-oh. So I guess, like, the guy that they're, like, warning you about, he, like, steals people's faces.
I'm not sure if he's a demon or one of those, or a slasher killer kind of thing. Point is, he will kidnap people, kill them, and wear their skin to try and lure more people. I'm not sure if it's a slasher or a demon. We're not sure if it's a slasher or a demon yet, or like an actual demon.
Gotcha.
I'm suspecting it's a demon because before that PSA play, the one you just saw, um, it was showing a clip from, I'm gonna say Army of Darkness because I do not remember the scene. But uh, it's Army of Darkness is the third film in the original Evil Dead trilogy by Sam Raimi. Um, it's a film about demons. Um, and in the scene, the main character Ash Williams is being dragged into the ground by a bunch of skeleton hands. I believe it is Evil Dead because like the visual quality was really bad. You know, it's analog horror, so obviously the visual is gonna be bad. But it sounded like Bruce Campbell.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Do you know?
Ew.
Man up. Anyway, do you know who Sam Raimi is?
Name something he's in, and I might.
He's not. Well, does have some cameos in something, but he's a director.
Oh, gotcha. I don't know directors like that.
That's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you?
What?
Look at little Goblin Junior. Gonna cry?
The fuck? I'm confused.
I'm quoting parts of the movie. You've seen these movies. Ooh, trying to think of another good line. Frick. Whatever. I can't think of it. Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been like I was like I was like little when those came out.
Yeah. I haven't seen him in a few years myself. I need to watch him again.
You should.
Watch party?
Oh.
Join the Discord server for a potential Spider-Man trilogy watch party. Linked in the channel's about page. Hashtag shameless plug. Anyway, back to spooks. Troy Wagner. Oh. Okay, hold on. Troy Wagner. Who is the name sounds familiar. I recognize Alex Keys.
I have no idea. I know what some people are in. I just don't know anything about analog horror.
Yeah. Alex Keys just created the Mandela catalog, which we watched earlier this month, and then Martin Walls has created the Walton Files, which I do plan on watching in a later date. I don't know Nightmind, but Troy Wagner sounds so familiar. Who is he from? What is he? What did he do?
I can look it up.
Oh, I remember now. Oh, what's it called? Marble Hornets. That's what it's called. Marble Hornets. Jeez, I can't believe I forgot about that. I need to watch that. Huh. What's Nightmind then? I have to check out Nightmind. Your works inspire me to create something I'm truly proud of. Ooh, I wonder. Actually, I wonder. I want to read see if they popped up in the comments. Let's see. I wonder if
Oh shit.
What?
Mission Zero is out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Did you watch it yet?
No, the only thing I've seen related to Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss is the first season of Hazbin Hotel.
No Hell of a Boss? Oh damn.
Not yet. Might watch it while I'm like I download the playlist on the YouTube playlist and watch it while I'm on break at work.
That's probably not a good idea.
Why?
That's just fucking crazy.
That's why I had bring headphones with me. So they haven't popped in the comments. Forgot I left a comment on this channel. Damn, it's been 2 years. Anyway. You'll give me an opportunity to do things I only dreamt of. Oh no. Not Lankman. Is anything like what it was like during the in the prelude to this? Oh no. In loving memory.
Why does he kind of got that smirk, like that smirk, like
This
he's
whole
gonna
thing
like
is
try
just
to
a
get
bunch of
somebody?
malarkey. A bunch of kids going into some Halloween store to steal a costume? Yeah, no. If you ask me, this whole thing is just some trumped up news story for some small town.
Alright, cut. Come on. Do you think anyone's gonna believe this? We're trying to make a news story here, man. Come on. What do you mean we're running out of time? Fine. We'll use one of the older cuts.
I can't get over that smirk.
A feeling of sorrow has hung over Eastridge County this Halloween night after the unfortunate passing of the late Kenneth Kruger. Kruger was a dedicated and passionate officer who always put the people of Eastridge County before himself. He was not only a respected officer, but also a beloved member of our community and a caring father. Kruger's passing occurred late into the night, with officers discovering his body after they had received reports of his son, Klaus, being heard screaming from inside their home. After arriving at the scene of the crime, they found his body hanging inside his son's closet. As well as his body, officers on the scene found this note left on his son's bed. The disappearances that occurred last year affected Kruger more than any other officer on the case. He was very close to many of the families involved, giving him a sense of responsibility for solving the case. This quickly led to rage, sorrow, and regret, which eventually became too much for him to bear. Nobody was there to listen to Kruger in his time of need, but now we will make sure that his story is told. If you or anyone else you know are suffering from any mental health issues, don't hesitate to call this number and seek help.
That's gotta be an ARG. This place. Whoa!
Oh.
Mental health issues,
You're not alone. Just call this number to seek help. Changes to you're alone. This place will be your tomb.
Help. Please help me. I just want to die.
Wait. David 1987.
1996.
What the hell?
I just want to die. Why won't you let me die?
Because I still have use for you yet.
The walking, I don't like that.
Damn. Animation? Oh, wait, duh. Duh. Family photo album. Oh, fuck. The view of this tape is meant for only for the eyes of authorized Foundation personnel. Unsolicited viewings may lead to termination. Dreams of an Insomniac. Family photo album. On the night of January 6th, 1987, the ECPD had received a phone call from a distressed man reporting that something was trying to break into his house. Yes. Upon the dispatcher's arrival, he as well as anyone else who may have been living in the house were reported missing. The only evidence that could be found at the scene of the crime were a photo album, as well as the camcorder, which seemingly contains footage of the events which transpired that night. What? Upon opening the photo album, detectives were baffled to find all the photos within were horribly distorted. It's been incredibly difficult to identify the people depicted. Search number 6.
Oh.
First night out. Detectives questioned neighboring residents about the identity of the family in the photos. None were able to provide any useful information. One resident went as far as to say that no family has ever lived in that house. What? Stop that. It was like they never existed.
Static. That's a static.
Sammy? Sammy, is that you?
Hail to the no.
I'm right here, Sammy. You're gonna have to help.
You're lowering that volume. Oh no, the hell you ain't.
What? Goodbye. When the culprit behind these disappearances, while the culprit behind these disappearances remains a mystery, there are photos in the album as well as the 911 call made that night suggest that they may not be human.
No shit.
Oh.
Be running into the road. Be running into the hill.
Someone knows something. Trying to get in my house. I don't know what it wants. No. No, I didn't get located. But I'm telling you, it's the demon.
You're supposed to be wearing gloves.
Hey, Chief. I think I found something.
I love you. The only clear photo of the perpetrator. Oh my god. Dude, I've known this for years, but watching these now, like, Pastra's got some insane vocal talent.
Oh yeah.
Warning, this video contains flashing lights, graphic depictions of violence, and loud noises and jump scares. Okay. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything because I was putting in chat epilepsy warning. In case some people join after.
My name is Alex Williams. I live on 66 Elk Crescent, Eastridge County, and up until this point, I've worked for the Lankman Foundation, a job which I have quickly come to regret. This is my story.
The Foundation Archive.
I began my work for the Foundation pretty much the day it was founded. After what happened on Halloween, I was put under 24/7 witness protection. They told me that the information I had was too valuable. It felt like I was under constant house arrest. There wasn't a day that they weren't watching me, and it went on like that for years. They gave me my job at the Foundation as a form of protection. A bunch of guys in suits showed up to my house and told me that it would be for the better if I took a job at their new facility. I didn't know much about them at the time. Nobody did, really. All they told me was that they were helping Veldigan victims, but even that felt vague.
Veldigan. That's suspicious.
Hello?
Okay.
You don't know me, but I certainly know you. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Lankman, or at least a cartoon version of the man himself, created by our lovely in-house animator, Mortimer Gray, who you may know for his work on the classic cartoon series Candy Mouse. I come to you all today to announce the founding of the Lankman Foundation, a new gateway into the future of Eastridge County. 4 years ago, our lovely town was plagued by a species of creature we have come to know as the Veldigan. These dangerous creatures have continued to threaten our residents, with there being seemingly no end to the dangers they pose. Until now, our lovely founder, Herbert Lankman, created our foundation for the purpose of both containing this anomalous threat, as well as treating all those who have been affected by them. How does he plan to do this, you ask? Well, the answer is quite simple. Using the inheritance left behind by his father, Herbert Lankman got to work renovating and reopening the old Lankman's asylum, repurposing it into a massive treatment center for all those who have fallen victim to the Veldigan. As well as this, he has been hard at work donating generous amounts to Eastridge County's police force, ensuring they can continue to do what they do best, protecting all of you. Here at the Lankman Foundation, we know these last couple of years have been scary, but don't worry. Soon enough, this will all be a thing of the past. If you or anyone you may know have any questions regarding the Foundation and what we do, do not hesitate to give us a call.
He seems trustworthy. This phone call was made on the Eastridge County Police Department on April 6th, 1990. Data access is the only archive of this call. All records are to be purged. Why? Why this date in particular?
Eastridge 911, where is your emergency?
This is 45 Elk Crescent. Send the police, please!
Can you describe the situation to me, ma'am?
There's a group of men trying to break into my house. They're slamming on the door. Please send the police now!
The police will be on their way in a moment, ma'am. I just need you to breathe. Did you get a good look at these men? What did they look like?
I don't know what they look like. They're all wearing masks. I can't see their faces. They look all the same!
What kind of masks, ma'am?
Yellow ones? They're wearing yellow masks. They look like bandages. Hello? Hello,
What?
is anybody there?
After I started working at the Foundation, they immediately bombarded me and everyone else with all these different mandates and training tapes. Even for the most simple of jobs, there were rules for everything, and half the time they didn't even make sense. Perhaps the strangest mandate they had us commit to, though, was to wear these goggles at all times. They said it was a preventative measure to avoid the effects of some kind of hallucinatory environment. None of us knew what that was or how it was even possible. All they told us was that it would make you see and hear things, and that it was apparently used to keep patients in line. Something about treatment through exposure. We never really knew for sure if it was working, but all the patients seemed to suffer from similar symptoms that were said to be a part of it. They were always scared of us, no matter how much we tried to help them. And they always complained about hearing some kind of horrible music somewhere in the facility. What got to me the most about it, though, was how normal everyone treated it. Something beyond our understanding was being used on these people, and nobody seemed bothered by it but me. They all just treated it like it wasn't even happening.
Here in the Lankman Asylum, it is imperative for all staff members to be aware of our state-of-the-art hallucinatory environment. Through this unique environment, we are able to keep all patients within our walls in line, as well as treat their conditions through exposure that no other location can provide. The amount of benefits this new technology can provide for the patients of our asylum is numerous, but you must remember that there are multiple precautions which have been put in place to ensure that you, our staff, do not suffer from the effects of our hallucinatory environment and can do your job correctly and safely. The first of these precautions should have been provided to you on your first day at the job, in the form of these specialized optical lenses. By wearing these red lenses, staff members will be able to see past the environment's effects, allowing for no mistakes to be made and a job well done. If at any point these lenses are to be removed, staff members will experience severe hallucinations, which will make your work extremely difficult. The second of these precautions comes in the form of knowing what you should and should not be hearing when on the job. Although we have yet to develop a solution for auditory hallucinations, symptoms of them appear to follow a similar and predictable pattern. If you believe yourself to be hallucinating, ask yourself if you're hearing the voices of people that do not exist, distant music coming from an unknown location,
Stop that.
Dr. Lankman requesting your aid, or the knocking of doors which do not exist. If the answer to any of these questions is yes, then you are hallucinating and should treat those sounds as if they do not exist. Moving on from our patented hallucinatory experiment, we next must discuss the role of another very important part of our facility. It is imperative that all staff members avoid any form of contact with
The caretakers were possibly the most disturbing part about working in that entire facility. They were these tall, bandaged staff members who were dressed in black from top to bottom. I don't even think I ever saw them outside of their uniform. We were always expressly told never to interact with them for any reason. Apparently their job was just that important. It was with them that I reached my breaking point when working at that damn place. I always saw them going into patients' rooms, taking them to places that I never got to see. I always wondered what they were doing, but I made sure to mind my own business. That is until late one night when I was working at the facility. They had just brought in a new patient, a woman who looked to be in about her 30s. She had no diagnosis, no sign of serious mental illness, and physically she was fine. None of us knew what she was doing there, but like we always did, we just ignored it and minded our own business. That night though, she starts a ruckus. I think every person in the facility heard it when she started screaming. I was the first one to arrive when I saw what was happening. 4 of those caretakers dragging her out by her arms and legs while she's just kicking and screaming. I couldn't believe what I'd seen. I tried running in to stop them, but one of my coworkers stopped me, looked me in the eyes, and said, "It isn't worth it." I was in disbelief. These caretakers were treating Veldigan victims like caged animals, and here we were just standing there and watching. That was when I knew I had to do something about it. I always had my suspicions about the asylum, but seeing how this treatment facility treated its patients, that was the final straw. I went to as many of my coworkers as I could to try and get as much information as possible about the Foundation and their shady practices. I wanted to bring these problems to the light, to have the general public know what was really going on in there. But of course, none of them wanted anything to do with me. They just brushed me off and told me that it wasn't worth it, that it would bring more trouble. But I ignored them and I kept trying. When I ran out of staff to talk to, eventually I turned to patients, more specifically, the woman I saw getting attacked that night. I wanted to know where they took her, what they did to her. So I snuck into her room late that night with a camcorder that I brought, and I was able to record an entire interview I had with her, and I was just left with so many questions.
Please don't hurt me. I promise I'll behave. I don't want to go back.
Listen, I don't want to hurt you, I promise. I'm just here to ask a few questions is all. I'm sorry about what happened to you the other night. It was horrible. I want to try and make sure that doesn't happen again. And it would help a lot if you could answer my questions.
Okay.
Alright, thank you. Okay, so my first question. Why were you brought here? You didn't have any diagnosis, and you don't seem to suffer from any symptoms of Veldigan sickness.
I don't know why I'm here. These men broke into my house. Nobody came to help me. The doctor told me I'm sick, but I don't know what he means. I'm sorry if that doesn't help.
It's okay, don't worry. That helps a lot. You're doing great. Now, my next question. That night when you were attacked here, I know it must be a lot, and I'm sorry to bring it up, but do you know where they took you?
I don't know. He told me I can't tell anybody. I'm sorry, I can't tell you that. He said he would take me back there. And I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Hey, it's all right. It's all right. You're not going to go back there, I promise. I just need to know where it was. Nobody else will know.
They took me to room 66?
What? No, that's not possible. There's only...
It's him!
Just try
He's going to take me back now! Please don't take him back!
He isn't going to take
Don't let him take me back! Don't let him take me back!
Quiet for a moment, don't...
Just what do you think you're doing?
Everything that happened was just a blur after that. Those caretakers came into the room and dragged her out before I could even do anything about it. It was the last time I ever saw her. And then they just sent me back to work as if the whole thing never even happened. That in itself was odd, but it was what she said to me that stuck out to me the most. She told me that she was taken to a room 66, which didn't make any sense. The asylum was small, it was only built with 65 rooms in mind, so a 66th room shouldn't be possible. At first I thought maybe she was misremembering things, or she was just misspeaking. I mean, she was clearly stressed out, and the way she was taken there was violent, but that just didn't explain things for me. I still didn't know where the patients were being taken, and what if she was telling the truth? I tried to look for answers to that question for a while, and nothing came of it. Nothing until I started to watch through our old conversations. During one of my watch-throughs, I saw something off the corner of my eye. Something I had never seen until it was staring me right in the face. A camera. A camera located right in the corner of that room. The asylum didn't have cameras, at least not in the rooms of its patients. If I had known they were watching me the entire time, I never would have staged that interview, and somehow I didn't see it? Something wasn't adding up. I went back to the asylum after that and checked the rooms of several patients. No cameras. I thought that I was losing my mind. I thought for a moment that maybe I was just seeing things. But then I realized something. Maybe I was. Late one night when no one else was around, I tested something. Something I was afraid to. I removed those goggles they gave us. And when I opened my eyes, everything looked the exact fucking same. Everything started to make sense after that. Who knows what they could have been hiding that we just couldn't see? Cameras, people, rooms. Suddenly, room 66 was terrifyingly possible, and I was going to find it. I returned to the asylum later that night with a camcorder in hand. I figured that if it could show me where the cameras were in the corners of the patients' rooms, then it could help me find what I was looking for. I walked up and down the halls of that entire asylum, trying to find anything out of place. And eventually, I found it. I stood in front of that door for what felt like an eternity. A part of me wanted to know what was in there so badly, but another part of me just didn't want to see it. I was terrified, but I felt like I didn't have a choice. It didn't even feel like I was in control of my own body as I pushed that door open.
What am I looking at?
Help me!
Looks like someone wandered somewhere they aren't supposed to be.
In that moment, cornered and alone, I finally understood what they were so afraid of. I was finally seeing what they were seeing. For the first time, I saw his face.
What? The core. The Novocaine? What? Whatever. I am. What the fuck? Is he allowed to get him too?
After that, I didn't know what to do. I panicked, I couldn't move. And he just stood there for a moment, staring at me. But then he let me go. He just told me to go back to work and act like it didn't happen. Work continued after that. I was too scared to find out what would happen if I didn't come back to the asylum, so I just continued my work there as normal. I was never punished, nobody ever found out. It was like the whole thing never happened. Until recently. The reason I'm recording this tape tonight is because I fear soon you may never hear from me again. For a while, Lankman acted like that night never happened, but ever since the recent incident, things have changed. He and the caretakers have become more aggressive. I've started seeing things. Cars passing me by with tinted windows, people following me off the corner of my eye, staff treating me like I don't even exist. Recently, it feels like they don't want me talking anymore. Someone I know and care about has been hurt, and they've given me a job that doesn't even fit my credentials. They've made me research somebody very dangerous, and I have my suspicions that once I've told them everything they need to know, they won't need me anymore. That's why I'm recording this tape. I've learned things about this person, things that Lankman doesn't even know, things that could help me. After I'm done recording this tape, I'm going to be meeting with that person, and depending on how that goes, you may never hear from me again. If you're watching this, I've left you something important. The last thing my friend was able to provide me with before they got to him. An archive. An archive of all the Foundation's most important tapes. It contains everything. Every lie they've told, every secret they've kept, every recording I've made. If I don't come back from this, you need to spread that information. The people need to know. I don't want to go about this alone, but as things are, I've had no choice. It just feels good to finally get this off my chest.
That was 1 year ago. What up? If you were watching the collection of tapes, you knew what you had to do. Late that night, you left your home, hitching a ride with a taxi and making your way towards that place you saw on the tapes. You didn't know what to expect when you arrived there. For all you knew, it may not even be around anymore. The thought of what you might see there terrified you, but filled you with a new purpose. You marched towards it regardless. Your driver dropped you off far from your destination. Not wanting to do anything with where you told him you were going, and so you walked. Excuse me. For hours, you walked along a pathway of dirt and gravel, passing through a part of the county that felt like a ghost town. It had been so long since you stepped foot here, yet everything felt so familiar. The moon loomed high overhead when you finally arrived at your destination, the Lankman's Asylum. The place was now boarded up and abandoned, a husk of its former self. You stood in front of the entrance to it for what felt like an eternity. You knew what you had to do there, but you didn't have the strength to do it. Eventually the dread became too much to bear, so you turned away and got ready to walk all the way back, but then you heard something, a bellowing, calling to you from deeper within the forest. You recognized the creature's call and moved beyond the asylum as you ventured into the forest to meet someone you never thought you'd see again. Okay.
Okay, so
I'll check this out later, but yeah. That is the end of DOAI, Dreams of Insomniac. That was really interesting. That was really, really interesting. Out of the 4 I've watched, I was the most freaked out by this. The 4 I watched this month, that one was the one I was freaked out by the most. That was really well done. Yeah, it still has a lot of those common analog horror tropes, but Pastra's art, I feel like, does help, help make it feel less not like just you using the twisted faces trope. Like, his art just is so much more. It makes it feel a lot more unique compared to just, let me just take a picture of a human face and use a stretch tool. That was really, really good. But yeah, and I hope you guys enjoyed the Halloween Horror Nights. Did I save this to the indie? I did not save this. I hope you guys enjoyed the Halloween Horror Nights this year. Next year will probably be either creepy FNAF fan games or FNAF style VHS tapes, like Bad Agents Harmony and Horror, the Walton Files, or other FNAF VHS creators. But yeah. So if you enjoyed it, subscribe and click the notification bell. Keep updated with all my future streams and any future projects I work on. Enjoy the stream, leave a like and share with all your friends. And leave a comment telling me what your favorite episode was. Also, if you want to help support the channel, there's a link to the Patreon page and the channel's About page. As I said earlier, there's a link to the Discord server in the channel's About page if you want to hang out with the rest of the Nerd Herd. This is Ronimus Magnus, wishing you all a happy Halloween.